Coach, what's the message that you bring to the new guys as you bring new Hornets into the program to kind of explain to them, hey, this is a game twice per calendar year that's going to mean something a little bit different than the rest. It's going to feel a little bit different than the rest.
Yeah, so I've taken a different approach than most people have with this event. We've tried not to prop it up and make it a big deal. Washburn has had a very respectable program for many years. Since Brett's been there and long before. It's been going on for a long time. But for us, it's another basketball game. No, there's not a ton of kids that are from Kansas on our team that. But anytime there's a game that's really cool for the fans and for the people that have been here for 20, 30 plus years, then you hope you just play into that energy and embrace opportunities like we hope they do every single game.
Coach, I know it's been up and down here for you guys. What are maybe some things you're looking to see? Obviously, you got one more game, but going into Torm next week, what are some things maybe you want to see going into that?
I want to see Peyton Roger-Schmidt walk through that door and help lead our team to 41% field goal defense. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen with the ACL surgery and repair and the other injuries we've been through. But we want the best to be the best versions of ourselves every single night. And I think if you look at us, we have 18 wins and 11 losses. 10 of those 11 losses are either a 1 or 2 possession game in the last 90 seconds, including last night at Pitt State and the previous loss. We'd won 4 in a row prior to that, but the previous loss was to Northwest Mo at home, also a 3-point game. So all these games are coming down to 1 or 2 possessions, despite all the adversity that we've been through. Guys missing. We've missed 62 games out of our top 8, 62 total games. So how do you overcome that? One day at a time. See who's available to practice and then go out and compete with whatever lineup you have available on any given night.
What does it say about the guys that you do have that are able to play, that they're able to, I guess, weather the storm like they have?
Yeah, our guys are talented. They're really good basketball players. I don't think anybody wants to play against us because we have so much talent. Unfortunately, we don't have the continuity that you'd like to have this time of year in February and March, just because of so much change that has taken place throughout the year. However, on any given night, and every night we've shown that we're gonna give you a battle, even if we don't end up with the win. But we can beat any team in the country. We've shown that. University of Indianapolis is #1 in their region right now. We beat them at home. Arkansas Tech is second in the GAC. We beat them. We're in every game. Washburn's really good. We got them at home. But again, there's also games where it's close and maybe we think that we should have a wider margin win. So with the we can beat anybody is also that we could lose to anybody too, because there's just not a lot of depth, a lot of continuity. So we know who we are right now, but I think our guys have embraced it and they've maximized their ability to compete on a night in, night out basis.
And going into Washburn this weekend, I know it's been so long since that last game, but it was a close game, like you said. Anything you can pull from that game, or is it just kind of that's so far in the past, this is focus on this as its own game?
Yeah, both teams look quite a bit different than what they were the first time that we played. So I think there's a lot of continuity going on at Washburn right now. They have a very connected group. When you talk connectedness, you're in this league. It's Northwest Mo, it's Fort Hays State, and it is Washburn. All 3 of them are lower in talent than maybe they've been in the past 3 or 4 years, but when it comes to toughness and togetherness, all 3 of them are elite, and it shows how far that can take a program for, just speaking to those 3 teams. So, and I think Ballard's done a great job because he's got a lot of young guys in there doing things too. Shorter's playing at a high level right now. But just their intermixing of guys throughout their newcomers, I think they're well ahead of schedule than maybe they thought they would be right now, and that's a credit to them coming together, and it'll be a tough place to play at Lee against that squad.
Thank you.
Vince.
Hey, Coach Doty. One thing that I asked Coach Ballard yesterday, a lot of things, this coach, I'll coach the other. I asked him, is it going to be about that, or is it coming for the players that obviously have to execute the game, because you can only do so much? How do you view that? Where is it going to be more on the coaching side of it, or the players have to execute at the same time?
Well, in coaching, especially this time of year, coaches aren't doing a lot to change the outcome of games. Where coaches do, obviously, their most damage and their most, how they set up their program is through recruiting, culture building, and establishment of system and how you're doing things in the preseason in November, December, January. We're in February and March now. And the players are going to decide the game. There's no question about that. It's a players' game. Coach Ballard and Coach Doty are not having a shootout. It wouldn't look pretty probably if we did. We'll let Shorter and Owen Long and Alijah Comithier and Michael Keegan do the shootout.
And something that you've obviously been a part of this rivalry now for many years, and at you as a coach, does it give you more energy, especially you're ending the season with a really good game, with the tournament coming up? Do you have any more energy for games like this?
No, I don't think, because we try not to put it on a pedestal. I would say, when we came in here, what we always tried to do was look at Northwest Mo as the gold standard, just because they were winning the whole thing every single year. So, we try to put, maybe elevate that one, but you can't. At the end of the day, when you're coaching players, especially older guys, I mean, some of that stuff is so synthetic to try to elevate certain games versus others. You just want to press forward and try to establish some consistency in your approach every single day. It's a big game because it's the last opportunity to play a regular season game for 7 guys that we honored on senior night, and it's an opportunity to play, and we try to impress upon our student athletes all the time that this is a window in your life, which is very short. Let's say they live to 90 years old. Well, you got that 4 or 5 year window, right? From this lifespan, you have this window to play college athletics and to be a positive influence on the youth and the community, and to go out in front of fans of thousands of people and play and be embraced and beloved. We want to show up to this game and play well because it's that last opportunity to do that in the regular season, irregardless of if it's Washburn or any other opponent.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Coach.
Awesome.
Glenn.
Coach, it's not just a rivalry game, but you guys got them in a close one when it was in Emporia, and I believe it's maybe senior day and alumni day there. Did you talk to your guys at all about, I know you don't talk about putting it on a pedestal, but that this one might be for them, like they're really going to want to get you in this one?
Yeah, I think they're going to really want to get teams in the MIAA tournament, as are we. I mean, the standings are pretty much leveraged where they're going to be at. I mean, I don't know how much movement there's going to be for them or for us based on this game. I think, again, for us, we're approaching it as an opportunity to compete, an opportunity to play, an opportunity to come together, and a last chance to build before it's do or die time in the MIAA tournament in Kansas City.
Do you remember your earliest memory of this rivalry, whether that's playing against them or even hearing about it when you got the job or anything like that?
Well, Don Weiss loves to print the words Turnpike Tussle, so I've been reading that since long before I came to Emporia State. If anybody keeps this rival alive with, at least titling it, it is the Wizard Don Weiss. But what I remember most about, us competing in it is that we inherited the last place team of the MIAA, and we would just get waxed by Washburn early on. We've won 3 straight now, I believe it is. Recently we've had a pretty good program. And it's a lot more competitive now. So we had to grow that program up, and since we got it, and it's been fun growing it. But it's the game has been more competitive over the past 3-4 years than it was in the first couple of years.
As much as I know you love the rivalry questions, I'll ask you one about your team. You talked about from last time you guys played them. I think you're a different team and they're a different team. Where has your team come the farthest, or where are you most proud of this group compared to way back in December when you guys met and what?
Yeah, so when we played in Whites, we were in the middle of a 9-game winning streak. We won that game too, and we were ranked 15th in the country. We had got to that point. Tavian Butler had a grade 2 meniscus tear and patella dislocation in this Washburn game. when we played, and we followed that up with and more injuries, and our team is just so much different than what it was. So drawing from that experience of playing them the first time, it's such a long time ago. When we look back and we see, well, we know we match up pretty well in terms of how we switch, in terms of how we can defend their ball screen action. We know they'll pound it inside the oar, and we'll have to run doubles at them and mix up our coverages and between full fronts and pressing from behind and doubling from different spots. So, for us going into the game, we want to draw upon the experience, but the biggest thing we draw upon is the film and looking at who Washburn is today versus who they were. They're very similar to what they were, but a more refined version. We are completely different based on our personnel. But where are we proud of our guys? Well, about in every aspect. Darius Yohe was going to redshirt this year, and he missed the whole preseason with some medical stuff. And he's come, and he's one of the top shot block guys. Not in the MIAA, he's the top. He's double, in terms of total blocks from number 2. But in the country, he's top 3 right now. And you look at Alijah, you look at Atavian Butler, how far he's come back from that injury. I can go across. I can name literally every one of the players on our team and what they've meant to us and battled through and how resilient they've been. This team, we've lost 11 games, and again, 10 of those are games that could be ours. We could easily be 25-4 right now. We're not. That's not our reality. We're 18-11. But a credit to our guys for making sure that we're in every game, we're battling every time, and we're hoping to continue to keep this up in our last couple contests.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Good.
Rivalry game for you. Obviously, you've been here for a little bit. Have any significance being the last Turnpike Tussle, at least in the regular season?
Yes, definitely for my senior year it will be special, going out with the regular season with that type of energy and intensity for the game. But if we want to look at it from a team aspect, it's just another game to us, and we want to win every single game that comes across our plate. And yeah, just with those two things, I think it'll be really fun to play.
I talked to Darius and also Kale as newcomers into this program, and they said, over the last few weeks, they really feel like the team has come together and gelled maybe better than it had ever been since the last injury. How does that felt to you as you guys have kind of been forced to coalesce around each other as you've been forced to suffer injury and illness and all the other adversity that you guys have had in your program this year?
Well, basketball is an art first before it is a game. And one thing I believe is that there comes with highs and lows. So we had our high winning streak, and then we had our low losing streak. And I think that just shows a testament to how we were able to string 4 games together to have another winning streak before our recent outcome that we had. And I just think it shows a testament to how what we still believe and dream, that we are still the best team in the MIAA, and that we still will come together and then win the MIAA tournament.
Kind of to that point too, what maybe are some things you hope to see in this last game to know you guys are ready to go into the tournament next weekend?
Well, a lot of it doesn't come with skill. I think it just becomes with how together we will be when we come to the biggest stage of our season. And I believe that as the season went on, even with our losses, that we have became more together through the season than we have ever been. And I think that just shows on why not only the coaching staff and not me just as a player, but just as the whole men's basketball program, that we believe that we can do anything that we set our minds to.
And I guess too, does maybe having 7 seniors that you have on the team, does maybe having the veteran team that you have this year help you kind of through those times of adversity?
I think it does. I mean, I can speak from a personal standpoint that I've taken on a different role as a teammate and as a player this year. It doesn't matter about how much I score, how much I rebound the basketball, how many block shots I get. I think I've taken on the role of becoming more of a leader, and I think that has also helped me being able to put myself in other shoes of other teammates on Emporia State. And I think that just kind of shows a testament to how we've all grown together, the coaching staff included, it hasn't been an easy season at all, and I just love the battle and the commitment that we all have together.
Vince.
Hey Elijah, obviously you guys have changed a lot as a team. Coach talked about it. You just hit on it a little bit, the adversity that you guys have had to face, unfortunately. But how does that help, especially when it's tournament time coming up now? You have a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel when you're in that grind of MIAA play. How much does that help the team, knowing that you have this rivalry game, you have the tournament to look forward to and do some damage there? How does that kind of help you guys, build for that?
Well, definitely with the rivalry game and the tournament coming up, that already just adds a level of intensity and focus that we need to be ready for. But then on another point that I want to hit on is that it's not always a good thing to go into the season having 25 wins and 4 losses, because you don't know what to expect when adversity hits you all the time. And I think that since we already battled through so much adversity with our season, with injuries, with a couple of tight games that we've lost, I think that shows us on how we really have nothing to lose, and that we've already been in every standpoint, in every situation that we could possibly have been in through the season. And I think that we could use that to our advantage to make a really big run.
One last thing for me, I think you guys went to the second round last year, I believe, in the tournament, if I remember correctly. Is there any more motivation for you guys to get over that hump, especially with a lot of, to get further in the tournament, because you have a lot of those returners back and some new guys? Is there any extra motivation, especially knowing what you guys can do as a team and what you guys were before? Do you have any extra motivation there too?
We always want to be better than what you did last year, and we have a lot of seniors this year, so I think a lot of the intensity will be there. So just from those two standpoints right there, I think that just adds all the motivation that we will need.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Glenn.
Hey, Coach mentioned I think you guys have won 3 in a row in this rivalry. I can't remember. You guys played in the tournament in the MIAA tournament last year, or are you unbeaten against Washburn?
I am unbeaten against Washburn. We played Washburn in the tournament 2 years ago, so that was the year before I came here.
Okay, so I guess what would that mean to you to go out and to be able to say that you were 4-0 against the rival?
Well, right now I'm undefeated against Washburn, and I plan to stay that way. So I think but on a serious note, I think that we will be ready. I mean, this week is not the week that will get us prepared to beat Washburn or even prepare us to go to the MIAA tournament and make a run. We started that from the summer, and I think just from that right there, that we'll be ready when the time comes.
Are you thinking at all that this is your last regular season game in the uniform, or are you just kind of too locked in to even worry about that?
To be honest, there's been a lot of sleepless nights that I've already had. Definitely with my parents coming for senior night, it kind of took a big toll on me. And Coach Doty, Coach Lavery, and the rest of the coaching staff, they don't say it every day, but at least about 3 to 4 times a week, they always preach that, hey, there's about 70 of y'all that this is your last go-around, so what are you going to do to at least remember it? So, and I think that is a lot of things that I really take into consideration, but I know also my teammates and some of the seniors on our team definitely take that consideration as well.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.